Hello, Craig. So you are the manager of the Tasmanian Fox Eradication Programme?
Yes, I am. It is a big responsibility and a privilege to work on such an important project. Foxes would devastate the Tasmanian environment. That's why the government is working hard to eradicate them. Tasmania is a special place.
Yes, Tasmania is a special place. So, are there really foxes in Tasmania?
Oh yes. Of course. The evidence is overwhelming. Don't you worry about that. That is why we need to eradicate them. It is simple logic.
So, the evidence is overwhelming?
Of course. The Tasmanian government takes eradication seriously. We eradicated the Tasmanian tiger as well as the Tasmanian Aboriginal. We have runs on the board. No government does it better. Tasmania is a special place.
Yes, Tasmania is a special place.
Indeed. Very special.
So, how is the eradication program progressing?
Very well. Thank you for asking me. Just remember one thing though. We are attempting something that no one else in the world has tried. We know what we are up against. The eyes of the entire world are upon us. No one has ever eradicated foxes on such a scale. It is a very special eradication program in a special place. It employs a lot of very special people and takes advice from extra special experts.
I see. What is the biggest problem you face in this current eradication program?
Conspiracy theorists.
Conspiracy theorists?
Yes. Conspiracy theorists have impeded the important work of the eradication program. They have undermined public confidence in the Tasmanian government's ability to eradicate things. They have spread all sorts of doubts and skepticism. They say that it is all a conspiracy. They try and make us look incompetent. Well, you know, that word.
I see. It must be annoying. But I'm confused. Wasn't it the Tasmanian government who announced that 19 foxes were brought over from the mainland due to a conspiracy? I think they said it was a fox plot. So, it was the Tasmanian government who first said it was all a conspiracy to begin with.
Yes. But that was different. Tasmania is a special place. Our minister had special reasons for saying those special things. He had extra special information.
So you had evidence for that actually happening?
Of course we did. The evidence was overwhelming. There was no doubt about it at all. Special people told us.
What was the evidence?
We are no longer investigating that line of inquiry.
Didn't the Tasmanian police say that there was no evidence at all? I think they said it was completely baseless.
We are no longer investigating that line of inquiry.
And what about the Tasmanian Police Commissioner involved in the investigation who is now a member of the Tasmanian Parliament? He says that it never happened?
Yes. There you go. You see what I mean. He is one of the conspiracy theorists. What would he know? His unfounded opinions are impacting upon the important work of the Tasmanian Eradication Branch. He does not seem to realize that Tasmania is a special place.
So if you don't have evidence for the original conspiracy theory, how did foxes get to Tasmania then?
Our special experts tell us that they have been here for 100 years.
Then why have we never seen them before?
Because the Tasmanian devils ate them all. It is obvious.
How do you know that?
Because our extra special experts told us. Tasmania is a special place and special things happen.
But do you have any evidence for that?
We are no longer investigating that line of inquiry.
Okay, I see. There was the one fox that jumped off the ship in Burnie a decade ago. But I suppose there must be lots of other evidence of dead foxes in Tasmania.
Oh yes. Of course there is. Lots and lots and lots. It is overwhelming.
Like the fox that was found nailed to a fence?
Yes. We are still looking into that one. We are willing to admit that one or two might have been a hoax. Hoaxes have badly affected the important work of the eradication program.
And that fox skull that was found in a person's shed?
We only used that to point the program in the right direction.
So, do you think the skins that were posted to your department on the photo of the hunters holding the fox were good evidence too?
We in the Tasmanian Eradication Branch leave no stone unturned. We are still looking into it.
What about the hunter who shot the fox that had the native rodent in its stomach? Was it true that he had a history of wildlife offences and demanded a reward?
But our special experts knew that he was telling the truth in this instance. We even helped him to invent a story for how he had shot the fox in another place and then moved it.
How did you know he was telling the truth? He claimed never to have shot foxes before. Then it was revealed that he used to go fox shooting on the mainland all the time.
Because they are special experts. That's why we have special experts. That could not have been a hoax. How could he have got a fox to Tasmania? Tasmania is a fortress. We have a beagle dog at the ferry terminal, for God's sake. Impossible.
How did the other hoaxers get foxes across then? And what about the native rodent? That sounds convincing. Can I see it?
We lost it.
You lost it? What about a photograph then?
Well, yes, we can't seem to find it. I will see if it turns up when we next have a clean out.
Anyway, wasn't it just a small piece of skin rather than a rodent?
Well, you see, we have a good deal of other special information, so it is not important. For instance, we know foxes are breeding because we found a fox cub. Our special experts tell us that foxes breed. It is very scientific, as you can see. So that supports how important the eradication effort is.
Do you mean the cub that was found when a person rang from Canberra saying she had found a body 6 weeks before? The same one that weeks after that an anonymous rabbit shooter claimed to have shot. Only he claimed to have shot it at other place and dumped it by the side of the road. The cub that was really just a bit of fur? And you found no other evidence of foxes in the area anyway?
Yes. Thanks to the skills of the Fox Eradication Branch, we pounced on that evidence. Anyway, we don't rely upon fox bodies to prove that foxes are in Tasmania. That is very low tech. That is so 20th century. Things are different now and Tasmania is special.
But you must have killed many foxes in your eradication program. How many have you killed?
Well, it must be. Let me see. I think I will have to look up the official records. If you really want to know that, you will have to make a Freedom of Information request to the government. It should only take until the change of government to get the information. We will be quick because we like you and we appreciate your interest and feedback on the important work of the Tasmanian Fox Eradication Programme.
So, it sounds like you have never killed any foxes?
I didn't say that. I said I would have to look up the official records. I can't recall the number. I am a busy man. I eradicate things all day long.
I see. Well, perhaps you can tell me how many of the hundreds of thousands of poison baits have been taken by foxes?
There must be lots and lots and lots taken by foxes. It is only logical after all.
So, how many?
Well, it must be. Let me see. I think I will have to look up the official records. If you really want to know that, you will have to make a Freedom of Information request to the government. It should only take until the change of government, or maybe the next one. Tasmania is a special place, EOC.
So, no baits have ever been taken by foxes? That is what you are saying, isn't it?
I didn't say that. Now you are putting words into my mouth.
But if you would just answer the question, I would not have to guess.
I told you already. If you really want to know that, you will have to make a Freedom of Information request to the government. I don't have time to look up such details. I am a busy man. Foxes don't eradicate themselves, you know. I already told you, we use high-tech to find foxes in Tasmania. Fox bodies are so Vietnam War. We use DNA technology now.
What sort of DNA technology?
We go around Tasmania picking up animal droppings. We then analyze the droppings for fox DNA.
I see. So how many fox droppings have you found?
That's an easy one that ends in 1. 61.
61? Wow. That's a lot. From how many droppings?
Well, let me see. Well, it must be. Let me see. About 10,000. Yes, 10,000.
10,000. Are you sure that the few you picked up are not contamination from all the fox body parts? Thousands of fresh fox droppings and biological lures that you spray around to attract foxes?
If you really want to know that, you will have to make a Freedom of Information request to the government. Anyway, our special experts tell us that there is no problem with anything.
Are they the same special experts who are making money from the test itself?
Well, I will have to look that up.
Are they the same special experts who are in commercial partnerships with the company who supplies the baits?
Let me see. I might just have that information on the desk. No, I don't seem to have it here. Whoops. I remember. Unfortunately, I think a feral cat ate it last night.
The same special experts who reviewed your program.
Well, look, I'm a busy man. I'd like to answer your questions, but there is so much to eradicate in Tasmania that I lose track of these small details.
Yes, Tasmania is a special place.
Indeed. That's why I must soon send out another press release about the important and special work of the Tasmanian Eradication Branch. You can read all about what I write word for word in the Mercury tomorrow. There is nothing here to see. Move along. Move along.